Good day, everyone. Welcome to Real Conservative Headline News. I'm your host, Nathaniel Rajkumar. Mothers giving birth at the Scarborough General Hospital will now receive a special gift all year round, and not just on Christmas or New Year's Day. As part of the Secretary of Health's Baby Box initiative, new mothers will be presented with a box of essential items for their newborns, along with educational material for parents once discharged. I believe this is truly a nice sort of idea or initiative, and it should be implemented here in Trinidad and Tobago as well. It's a gift, yes, but it's also helping a lot of parents, especially those that live in the poorer class of society, with a little assistance to get started on their new journey of parenthood. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar met with the Prime Minister of Grenada, Dickon Mitchell, at the Diplomatic Center on Friday, with discussions focusing primarily on energy collaboration. Speaking following the discussions, which started just after 2 p.m., Prime Minister Persad-Bissessar thanked the Grenadian Prime Minister for the talks, noting that more on the outcomes will be issued in the coming days. She said, "I just want to say thanks very much to the Prime Minister, the Honorable Prime Minister of Grenada, for joining us here in Trinidad and Tobago on the eve of independence. So we want to wish you all, and of course the nation, happy Independence Sunday, a day of prayer and reflection for us. Again, Prime Minister, I want to thank you very much. We had very fruitful discussions." Prime Minister Mitchell said he's looking forward to strengthening bilateral relations with Trinidad and Tobago, particularly in the energy sector. And this is what all the Caribbean leaders are supposed to be focusing on: assisting each other to develop and progress, while we also keep in mind that America continues to remain our most important ally for various reasons, some reasons that cannot be discussed on this particular platform.
Prime Minister of Grenada, Dickon Mitchell, met with Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar at the Diplomatic Center on Friday, with discussions focusing primarily on energy collaboration. Just days ago, Minister of Energy and Energy Affairs Dr. Rudal Munilal met with Prime Minister Mitchell in Grenada for discussions which focused on exploring opportunities for collaboration within the oil and gas and in the oil and gas sector. On May 3, 2025, Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar had tasked Dr. Munilal with fostering energy collaboration with Grenada. The renewed engagement builds upon a 2012 Memorandum of Understanding between Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada for energy development. Speaking following the discussions, which started just after 2 p.m., Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar thanked the Grenadian Prime Minister for the talks, noting that more on the outcomes will be issued in the coming days.
The Honourable Prime Minister of Grenada joining us here in Trinidad and Tobago on the eve of independence. So we want to wish you all, and of course the nation, happy independence on Sunday, a day of prayer and reflection for us. Again, Prime Minister, I want to thank you very much. We had very fruitful discussions.
And Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell said he is looking forward to strengthening bilateral relations with Trinidad and Tobago, particularly in the energy sector.
Congratulate the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago on the celebration of yet another anniversary of independence. Trinidad is our closest neighbor, not just geographically, but in terms of our partnership or relationship. There are many people who live in Trinidad who are either descendants of Grenadians or Grenadians, and so whether it's carnival, whether it's music, whether it's food, whether it's culture, we're only 35 minutes away. And so I'm indeed very happy to have been given the opportunity to be hosted. As the Prime Minister said, it was a very good meeting. The primary of discussion was focused on energy.
Also at the meeting were Minister of Energy and Energy Affairs Dr. Ruda Munilal, Attorney General John Jeremy, and Minister of Foreign Affairs Sean Sobers.
The Minister of Sport and Youth Affairs, Philip Watts, hosted a meeting this morning with martial arts athletes Chelsea and Christian Winter, along with senior ministry executives at the Minister's office to discuss pathways for financial assistance towards international competition and continued program development. The meeting forms part of the ministry's ongoing engagement with athletes and clubs seeking support through established grant mechanisms and high-performance pathways. Since 2006, Chelsea and Christian Winter have represented Trinidad and Tobago in martial arts. These athletes have competed across local and international circuits, contributing to talent development and national pride in combat sports. During the meeting, Christian and Chelsea shared the aspirations and the importance of consistent international exposure. Christian said, "I feel proud to stand on the podium and hear the national anthem play." Chelsea added, "My dream is to medal at the Olympics, not just go to it. The more competitions we attend, the better our preparation." 100% correct. Minister Watts affirmed the ministry's commitment to empowering athletes and strengthening systems, noting that the ministry will review the family's documentation in accordance with program criteria, including the Sport Grant for Organizations, and individuals, and the Elite Athlete Assistance Program, EAAP. Our mandate is to build sustainable pathways for athletes and organizations from grassroots to high performance so they can excel on regional and global stages, he said. People, I want to make this very clear. We haven't really heard much about these types of interaction between the state and athletes for nearly 10 years. So once again, we have to give the Kamla Prasad administration credit for once again investing into not just our youths, but into our athletes. I do believe that this type of arrangements being made and sponsorship by an investment by the state will improve our athletes' performance, whether it be in Olympics or any other sporting event internationally.
Since 2006, the Winter siblings have represented Trinidad and Tobago in martial arts, competing across local and international circuits and contributing to talent development and national pride in combat sports. During Friday's meeting with the sport minister, the athletes underscored the value of consistent international exposure. Christian said he feels proud to stand on the podium and hear the national anthem play. Chelsea added that it's her dream to medal at the Olympics, not just go to it. She acknowledged that the more competitions they attend, the better their preparation. Minister Watts affirmed the ministry's commitment to empowering athletes and strengthening systems. He noted that officials will review the family's documentation in line with program criteria, including the Sport Grant for Organizations and Individuals and the Elite Athlete Assistance Program. He reiterated that this administration's mandate is to build sustainable pathways for athletes and organizations, from grassroots to high performance, so they can excel on regional and global stages. The meeting forms part of the ministry's ongoing engagement with athletes and clubs seeking support through established grant mechanisms and high-performance pathways aligned with the national sport policy.
Now some news from Guyana. President Dr. Irfan Ali toured the brand new US $20 million courtyard by Marriott at the Chedi Jagan International Airport, Guyana's first international airport hotel. The 6-story facility features 150 rooms, including 5 executive suites, and is equipped with modern amenities to cater to airline crews, diplomats, business travelers, and transit guests. Beyond boosting tourism and hospitality, the hotel creates approximately 100 new jobs, employment for the locals, for Guyanese, adding another layer to the country's expanding economic transformation. This is what you call diversification. This is what you call serving the people of your country. You can't just focus on the oil and gas alone And that's exactly what the Irfan Ali administration has been rightfully doing. They have continued to diversify, focusing, of course, a lot on investing into agriculture, which means food sustainability. Being self-sufficient with food is the most important aspect of being an independent government, a country, sorry. But of course, to be able to earn foreign revenue, you need to boost tourism. And even in the agricultural sector, you will be able to export food products. And you continue to invest and develop your energy sector, which will remain like the spine of your economy. President Ali says at commissioning of multi-billion-dollar number 75 Village Regional Hospital, he assures the PPP government is committed to bridging gaps, ensuring equitable access to healthcare, offering both primary and specialized healthcare services. The multi-billion-dollar number 75 Village Regional Hospital will now serve thousands of upper quarantine residents who would have once had to travel long distances just to receive medical attention. People, I say this every day, and it's just a couple of days again before elections in Guyana. Vote based on performance and policy, and therefore, the best choice you have is to vote for the PPP, Civic, and for Irfan Ali. Guyana's healthcare system is on the brink of transformation. Guyana is preparing to take a groundbreaking step in advancing its health sector with the introduction of robotic surgeries, a move aimed at modernizing healthcare delivery and utilizing cutting-edge technology. This was announced by His Excellency President Dr. Irfan Ali during last Friday's commissioning of the new $6.6 billion Lima Regional Hospital in Region 2. People, I'm telling you, you can see that President Ali is a man that actually has big dreams for Guyana. You know, like how President Trump says, make America great again? Well, that's exactly what Irfan Ali is trying to do in Guyana. He's trying to make Guyana into one of the most outstanding countries in our region. It's really wonderful to see the progress that continues to take place in my grandfather's homeland, home country. So the People's Progressive Party Civic administration returned for a second term following the September 1st general and regional elections. Guyanese fisherfolk can expect more direct support, training, core investment opportunities, and a climate fund to enhance their lives and local industry. This is according to President Dr. Irfan Ali, who, while speaking at the commissioning of the number 75 Regional Hospital on Thursday, noted that the incumbent government has acknowledged the plight of fishers across the country and will work closely with them. A government that cares and serves you, cares for you and serves you well, exceptionally well. Minister of Education Priya Manikchan commissioned a modern secondary school at Masara in the North Rupuni Region 9 on Friday. The modern facility, outfitted with 10 advanced classrooms, will significantly reduce the distance students previously had to travel to access their education. The new facility will accommodate 180 secondary-age children of Masara, Yakarinta, Toka, and Kwaimata. Yeah, I believe that's the word. Kwaimata or Kwaimata. The school not only brings secondary education closer to home, but also eases the financial burden on parents, especially when it pertains to what? Transportation. Now some news from Jamaica. Accelerate energy plans to invest, that's the name of the company, to invest up to $400 million in energy infrastructure across Jamaica and the wider Caribbean, following its acquisition of natural gas assets from New Fortress Energy. The move will position Jamaica as a regional hub for LNG distribution, anchoring Accelerate's broader strategy to expand its footprint in the Caribbean energy market. Once it benefits our respective countries, I fully support it. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says plans are afoot for the construction of a new road for sections of Hanover leading in Westmoreland, which will also open up new lands for developments to include housing, as well as complement the ongoing Montego Bay Perimeter Road. Holness, who was speaking at Sunday night's Jamaica Labour Party mass rally at Sham Sharp Square in Montego Bay, St. James, said the planned road construction project for Hanover and Westmoreland will ease concerns about potential damage to the present roadway due to its close proximity to the shoreline. I personally still believe that it is time, it's about time to give another political party the opportunity to govern Jamaica. Now some news from Grenada. In a significant step toward enhancing Grenada's healthcare system, officials from the Ministry of Health on Tuesday, 26th of August, met with the newly installed U.S. Principal Officer Cindy Diouf, hospital administrators, and 2 U.S. military doctors based in Guyana. The meeting focused on deepening bilateral cooperation, exploring opportunities for training, and enhancing medical infrastructure across the Tri-Island state. The principal officer expressed keen interest in understanding Grenada's public healthcare landscape and emphasized the U.S. commitment to supporting a regional health initiatives. Discussions included potential collaboration on containerized clinic in Carriacou and expanded training programs for local personnel, medical personnel. And people, of course, that is why we have to continue to acknowledge the fact that America is our greatest ally in so many ways when it pertains to security, national security, and also the development, even in healthcare, of our respective nations. Now for some international American, just interesting news. Apple is holding an event on September 9th. The company said in an invitation to the press, where it will likely announce the iPhone 17. You can imagine how expensive that's going to be. And new Apple Watches, among other potential new devices. Very happy for them, but I'm contented with remaining with Android, whereby it's much easier to download certain types of apps. And music-wise, it's much, in my opinion, I will stick to my Android. Travel information set between long stretches of the Pacific Ocean and the rugged San Joaquin Hills, Newport Beach embraces the same laid-back lifestyles as its neighboring Californian beach towns, but it's set apart by a distinctly upmarket feel. It was the setting for the OC, the early 2000s cult series about a well-to-do Orange County community, and you'll find stately mansions, boutique stores, and restaurants serving seafood tongues there. But there's also whale watching in the Pacific, a legendary surf break creating 30 feet waves, and a bohemian district of drifting homes. The city is a little over an hour's drive from both Los Angeles and San Diego, making it an ideal stop on a Southern California itinerary. Folks, that brings us to the end of today's news headlines. Thanks again to everyone who continues to support my content. Please like, comment, share. Stay blessed and stay safe most of all. In Jesus' name.
Match center. Bowl him.
Oh, well, he's such a smooth operator, Sunil Narayan. Oh, he's gone. Perhaps a case of the commentator's curse, but he's stumped. Well, welcome to the crease, Captain.
Goes again. Gets him again. 6 again.
Well, Samuel